Hello, welcome back to Rybrook TV. If you've been watching our videos recently, you'll have seen that we are currently on the hunt for the best SUV for a staycation. And today we are focused firmly on the BMW X3. The BMW X3 is pitched as BMW's medium-sized family SUV. The best way to describe it is like you've taken a BMW X5 and you've put it on a boil washer a little bit too long. It's just shrunk down and a little bit more compact. But what that does mean is you get a whole host of technology. If you follow me down here, for example, at the front here, we've got these beautiful LED headlights, which feature BMW's now iconic hexagonal design, which I really like. It makes it instantly recognizable as a BMW. At the front, we've also got these beautiful Serenium grey kidney grills and the extra detailing around here in the M Sport front bumper. You see, this car here is the BMW's M40d, which is one of the more performance-orientated engines in the lineup. But for you petrol heads, there's an even more hardcore version. We have the X3 M Competition, which just takes it up a notch. If you want to see a video on that car, please leave a comment below and we'll do our very best to make that video happen. But whilst we're here, let's carry on down the side and take a look at the styling of this one. Now, with the side profile of the BMW X3, this is where that shrunken BMW X5 vibe that I mentioned earlier really does become more pronounced. To me, it's a great looking SUV. This particular one, being the 40D, does come equipped with these rather pretty dual spoke and diamond cut faced alloy wheels, which are 20-inch. And behind them, we have these fantastic M Sport performance brakes. These are some of the best brakes I've ever had the pleasure of using on any car. That Serenium grey detailing also continues down the side with the M40D. It's here on the mirror caps and here again on this side vent. Now, this side vent actually serves a purpose. It's more than just a good looking styling design. It's there to channel air out of the wheel arches and along the side of the car, which as a result reduces the car's drag and increases its fuel efficiency. This particular model can do 44 miles to the gallon. When it comes to space and accessories, the BMW X3 is hard to beat. These roof rails can accommodate things like bike racks, roof boxes. You can even get roof tents for the car, which again, just makes it the best vehicle, I think anyway, for staycations. And when we talk about staycations, we've got to think about getting the whole family in the car, haven't we? So, well, that's not going to be a problem either. Just look at the size of these openings on the doors, absolutely massive. You're going to be very comfortable on long distances and you'll find it very easy to get in and out. And the same can be said at the rear. Really wide opening rear doors, which allow for things like child seats and, you know, getting the kids in and out and packing in all your suitcases and extra luggage that you might need whilst you're going away somewhere. If you follow me around the rear as well, we can have a look at the boot, which is, again, a very impressive aspect of this vehicle. At the rear of the car, you'll see these nice black chrome exhaust tips, which are actual real exhaust tips on this car. None of that kind of plastic, fake exhaust trim stuff you might find on some of the competition. It's also the first time you'll see anything to do with the M40D designation on the back of the car, which highlights just how nice this particular model is. When we open the boot, you'll find it's fitted with an electric tailgate, which is handy. And inside, you'll be met with 450 litres of boot space with a nice, handy underfloor storage area where you can put some of your smaller items and allowing you to fit some of your larger suitcases and stuff nice and smooth inside here. There's also a flat load lip, which is handy for getting heavy items in and out. The seats themselves are 40-20-40 split, which will allow you to still make use of the rear two main seats, drop the middle and fit your skis down there. So now let's take a look at the interior specs and those driver-aided technologies. Inside the BMW X3, it's a rather lovely place to be, in my opinion. I really like this kind of trim in the door cards and this leather-bound steering wheel. It makes the car feel really sporty, especially with these high-quality flappy paddles for the gear changes. It gives you the option to go from this 8-speed automatic to, well, drop it into manual mode to have a little bit of fun with the car. We've also got this charging pad down here, which is really good for the driver because, you know, it allows you to keep your phone fully charged whilst out on any journey. That links nicely to the iDrive system, which has got this wonderful large display, and it also comes equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. Then the technology continues for the driver here as well, because we've got the latest driver's display in front of us with this nice angular shape and design to it. When combined with this particular car and the heads-up display, you have absolutely everything you need lined up right in front of you, which means you never have to take your eyes off the road to see what you're looking for. Other interior features that I really like are these supportive leather-bound sports seats. They're really, really comfortable, and they kind of add, again, a sporty feel to the interior. As I've mentioned, there's plenty of space in the back, and there's a lot of headroom. It's a very, very comfortable place to be. Whilst we're in here, I think it's good to talk about the performance of this particular car. Again, as I've mentioned, this is the M40d. This car uses a 3-litre straight-six diesel that produces 322 brake horsepower and a staggering 501 pound-foot of torque. It's capable of getting to 62 miles per hour from a standstill in just 4.6 seconds. It is no slouch. And that takes me on to my 5 favourite things about the BMW X3. Number 1, this engine. 501 pound-foot of torque from a 3-litre straight-six turbo diesel, and this little bit of carbon. What a lovely little touch. Number 2, the attention to detail. Things like this little X here in the door card. I really like those. Number 3, this boot space. For a compact SUV, it feels rather roomy. Number 4, these black exhaust tips. They're actually real. They've got a function. And number 5, this digital driver's display. I love the way it's so crystal clear and provides you all the information that you need right in front of you when you're driving the vehicle. And on that note, I think it's time we take it for a drive. Such a good blend of performance and comfort in this car. I really do appreciate a car that can do both of its jobs so well. And this is a car that can both be a sports car when you want it to be and a family bus when you need it to be. The BMW X3 M40d driving experience is best described as a Jekyll and Hyde personality. You see, at the moment I'm sat in traffic, pottering along at 45-50 miles an hour, and it's a very serene, comfortable, pleasant place to be. There's plenty of space, it's very quiet, it's, you know, exactly as you'd expect a premium SUV to be. I've got the infotainment screen set up to show my satellite navigation. I've got this fantastic clear driver's display with my speed, my fuel gauge, and my range on there, and my rev counter. And then up the top there on the heads-up display, I've also got my directions on the satellite navigation and my speed again. Everything's where it should be. I've got all these wonderful controls on the steering wheel to control my telephone and, you know, set the cruise control and just generally enjoy driving. Everything in here is where you'd expect it to be, and it would just be a very pleasant car to chomp up some miles and do some long distance touring in. But then, when you want to have some fun, you can drop it down into sport mode, take full control of that gearbox by dropping it into manual, lock it down a gear, and all of a sudden, it's a very different driving experience altogether. When you drop the car into sport mode, you'll notice the suspension does get slightly firmer, the cabin gets slightly noisier as it pipes in some of that noise from the engine, and the steering does get marginally heavier. But these are all there to give you a little bit more feedback and a little bit more response to the way that you want to drive the car. Thankfully, you can set them in individual mode and you can soften the suspension off if you do a lot of B-road driving, but you want to keep it in sport mode. So you get to keep that performance-orientated throttle response and that gearbox ratio, which will hold the gears ever so slightly longer to make sure you can get peak power out of the engine. And then when you're done having fun on a national speed limit B-road like that, you can simply drop the car back into comfort mode and carry on pottering along, going about your day-to-day business in the most peaceful, quiet manner possible. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch today. If you'd like to find out more about the BMW X3, or indeed would like to book a test drive, please use the links in the description below to contact your nearest BMW Rybrook retail centre. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to ensure that we can keep creating some great content for you guys in the future.